And for more on this now, we now bring in Brigadier Athlenda Mathe. She is the SAPS spokesperson for more on this update. Athlenda, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. We saw that statement that was released by the police, but yesterday we also saw the police minister, Fezile Ngubane, also confirming that a second suspect had handed himself over to the police, and that suspect has since been cleared.
Well, a very good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. I can confirm that Fezile Ngubane has been cleared by an SAPS investigation. We had initially identified him as one of the suspects in the case, but upon further investigation, we have now officially cleared him and he has been released in police custody. You will recall that he was handed over to the KwaMashu police station. He was handed in by his father, who learned that his son was sought in relation to this particular case. But after an investigation, we found that he was actually a victim of identity theft by Philagenkosi Makhanya, in which he preyed on Fezile Ngubane. Fezile Ngubane is an individual who washes cars in the KwaMashu area. So he would prey on him. He took his ID smart card and he recorded several SIM cards by using Fezile Ngubane's details. He even opened some bank accounts as well and some clothing store accounts. So yesterday our team was busy investigating this particular individual, and this morning I can confirm that he was released into the custody of his parents. So we do confirm that he has been cleared. Please, the people of South Africa, it is important that we announce that he has been cleared. He is not linked in any way to the criminal activities that have been that were conducted by Bongani Mthimkhulu as well as Philagenkosi Makhanya. So when you do see him out there in the community, do not attack him. He is not in any way linked to the murder case of Olorato Mongale.
And Athlenda, when it comes to the third suspect who has been named, and somebody that you also make reference to, who the police has been on the lookout for, maybe let's talk about that. Do we know his whereabouts at the moment?
So we are still searching for Bongani Mthimkhulu, but what we have uncovered is that Philagenkosi Makhanya as well as Bongani Mthimkhulu, who is still on the run, they have been targeting women across the country to particularly rob them. And they were involved in what we can call a romance scam syndicate, where they would target women, particularly in malls. They would follow them, and if they think you're a fit target and you have perhaps money or something that they want, they would then target you. But the way in which they would target these women is that they would propose them, they would ask them out on dates, and when these young females agree to the date, they would kidnap them and then rob them of their monies or either cell phones. So for now, we are linking at least 20 cases to the syndicate. Some of the cases were opened in Potchefstroom. We had 2 cases. We had 2 cases in Brakpan. We've got a case in Urgis in Mpumalanga, Nelspruit 2. We also had Bloemfontein 2, where they utilized the same modus operandi, where they would meet these young females in the mall, and they would then target them. So in one case, they met this young woman at Waterfront Mall in Bloemfontein. They started proposing to her. She then agreed later on to meet up with them, and when she met up with them, they demanded money from her. And when she indicated that she did not have money, they then let her go. So we are still linking some of the cases. Some of the cases are in Pretoria and Johannesburg, in Midrand, and so on. So our teams are still investigating their linkage to some of these cases, because it does seem as though they were utilizing the same modus operandi in terms of the perpetrators that are involved in these particular cases. But we are also following up the issue that we found in the possession of the deceased 27 smart ID cards that belong to different males, and Fezile Ngubane's ID was actually one of those that were found in possession of the deceased. So our team is still busy trying to establish whether any of these males were involved in their criminal activities or whether or not they were also victims of identity theft. So we are still looking for Bongani Mtimkulu.
And when it comes to looking for Bongani Mtimkulu, Athlenda, are you extending your investigations to even the ports of entry of the country? I remember even hearing, the police commissioner in KZN, and Khwanazi, is saying that some of the witnesses were even saying that, Mtimkulu is thinking of even leaving the country and going to neighboring countries. So does this extend to the ports of entry in our country?
Well, absolutely. We have alerted our police at the borders to look out for this particular suspect. So it's all hands on deck. Our teams are on the ground. Our crime intelligence unit is still searching for this particular suspect. So we've got our interprovincial operations that are being conducted because it is important that we really get Bongani Mtimkulu in police custody. He is dangerous. I'm looking at the trail of, destruction that they have left, the pain that they've caused their victims, and this particular murder case that involves Olorato Mungale that actually led to her death. So it's quite important that we request the people of South Africa, we urge you, if you know of his whereabouts, do come forward with information. Do not approach this particular suspect on your own. He is considered dangerous, but do give us information. You can remain anonymous, but do call Brigadier Nama. We have repeatedly issued out his and called out his number, encouraging just South Africans to really call him and provide him with information. And we're quite encouraged by the cooperation that we are receiving from South Africans. I think since we announced his number, we've had more than 94 calls of some of them victims and some that were just narrating how this particular syndicate operates. So we now know that the motive was not for them to go out on dates with these women, to love them, or if for a lack of a better phrase, but we all know that their motive was they wanted money or they wanted your possessions.
Ms. Mathe, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. That's SAPS spokesperson, Brigadier Athlenda Mathe there, just giving us an update when it comes to that suspect who handed himself over to police yesterday, who has since been cleared.